Okay, so I'm here with Pat, and we are in the Stinger off-road booth, and Pat is a part of Amp Global, right? And you guys do a bunch of different things, but they've got some really cool head units that came out basically pretty
Within
recently.
about the last year and a half.
Okay, so we're going to walk through that. They got some vehicle-specific stuff, but they do make this radio in a universal floating panel type, right? So if you want to go over some of the features, that'd be great.
Sure, yeah. So this is our UN1810, or that's part number, the Heigh10 infotainment screen. It's a 10-inch infotainment screen. We make it so it can be installed in pretty much any vehicle, like a standard single or doubled-in radio, so long as it doesn't block any of the features of the dash that's
So is the
already
body
there.
a single-in or a double-in?
It's a modular setup, so you've got a smaller single-in brain and then the screen. So it gives you the flexibility of being able to install it uniquely, not necessarily as a standard radio. If it needs to go tucked down in behind, you can.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
So which also makes it great for odd vehicles, RVs, and larger trucks.
And even some of the newer vehicles are kind of hard to get stuff in. Especially you got all these wires that are in the back, so it'd be cool to take that over and put it somewhere else.
If you have the ability to be able to do it somewhere else, the other piece we found, like in overlanding, is a lot of guys are starting to do camper shells, and they can put them in the back of those as well. So it gives you more flexibility. But ideally, this can be installed in most any application that isn't that we don't have a vehicle-specific kit for. But we have found a niche in this off-road marketplace where we've generated some vehicle-specific installation kits.
Okay.
So it gives you all the integration, it gives you the bezel, it gives you the pre-terminated wiring, all the modules you're going to need, and the brackets you're going to need to install.
So if it's vehicle-specific, it's pretty much plug and play.
Exactly.
And you don't need a programming.
Right. So what you're seeing on these, we don't alter the vehicle, we don't alter the harness. This is literally a plug and play. It's a lot of plug and play, but it's literally a plug and play.
Gotcha.
So the harnesses are all pre-terminated in this case. There's no soldering, heat shrink, none of that you're having to deal with. On the JLJT kit, you can see that harness has got quite a bit of stuff with it.
Something just like that.
Yep.
Gotcha. Just plugs in those. Okay. Does it have any type of vehicle diagnostics on the screen?
On these pieces it does, and I can show you in a secondary screen where we've got the emulation going because we can't start a car in here. But yes, on the fully integrated kits, which is the Wrangler JL and the Gladiator JT, the Ram kit, the Chrysler kits that we're bringing out at the beginning of first quarter, those are fully integrated kits. We read deep into the CAN bus. We bring back the ability to control your digital HVAC on the screen.
Nice.
You're not losing any of that capacity. You've still got your steering wheel controls. You've still got your digital HVAC, but it gives you a more an easier interface. It augments your lifestyle with the vehicle by doing so. On the JK, some of the earlier GM kits, the Toyota kit, they're not feeding that information out. They don't have a digital HVAC.
Gotcha.
So some of the kits have it, depending on what the capacity of the vehicle is.
Right.
In this particular case, we're looking at the JK kit, where we can show you some of the features and benefits that each of the radios has, and then I can show you the difference between a fully integrated and a flush integrated.
Gotcha. So let's go over just some of the basic features that this radio comes with, as far as like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, things of that nature.
So obviously it's going to have a radio, it's going to do hands-free phone, we do Bluetooth for music, it does have USB capability.
How many USBs do we got on this?
We got 2 USBs on this piece.
All right.
The the current version are USB A's. The Apple CarPlay, Android Auto are a tethered solution, where the music is a Bluetooth solution.
So if you wired Apple CarPlay and wired Android.
And we give you a dedicated USB circuit, so you're not piping through the factory media center and subject to voltage drops when you add additional product. This doesn't give you any of the interruptions you would typically see in some other app-based products.
Gotcha. All right. So we also have an HDMI input 1 or 2.
It's a single input on that,
okay, so
and that gives you the ability you can tether an HDMI cable out if you wanted to run entertainment on it while you're driving.
Right, exactly. Of course.
Now, but through Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you can run all the apps you want to run, but it's obviously not going to run an entertainment app.
Exactly. And then we got how many camera inputs?
Right, so you can do up to 4 additional camera inputs, but if the vehicle has a factory camera, high-resolution camera such as the JL and JT, or on the Rams, we keep that high-resolution camera. So you're not losing any resolution on that piece.
Right.
And then you can add additional cameras. So you can add a front camera, you can add side blind spot cameras as well.
So will these tie in to your signal? So if you hit the signal, will it pull on the camera on the right and then the left?
Yes.
So we'll do that. Okay.
You can turn them on all the time. You can trigger them. So you got right and left triggers. You can program reverse triggers. You can program as well. They also don't speed time out, so you can keep them on all the time. They also have the ability, if you're running a navigation app in the background and you turn your turn signal on and it shows the corner, but you've got to do like a right left real quick, tag the screen, the image goes away, and you back to your app.
Okay, so you're not searching for
Yep. So you're not having to go back, and you don't have that lag that you find in other ones where you're like, oh, that was my turn.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Real quick, HDMI output or only input?
Output.
Output on. Okay, great. And then as far
I'm sorry, input on this.
Oh, sorry.
There
Input,
is
no
an
output.
output ability on this particular module for the JLJT,
Okay.
because that's what they're using. What we're using for
Camera?
the camera controls.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And then what about sound processing? We have how many band EQ? Is it parametric? Is it graphic?
So on this one, for the sound settings, we give you your standard balance and fade, but you got a 15 band EQ.
Okay, nice.
And it tells you what all these. So it's not just all in the numeric hertz range. It gives you all of the what you're adjusting.
Right. Okay. And this is all touch then?
Yep. And it gives you 6 presets.
Cool.
So for different styles of music you like to listen to, or if there's multiple drivers and they like to listen differently on the audio, you can do up to 6 different presets. Of course, if you've got an amplification on board, this will handle. This is 50 watts per channel preamped. So if there's no amplification on board, you're getting a better experience right out of the box. But if you've already got a factory amplifier in here, it's going to support that. If you want to do aftermarket amplification, it'll do that too. This has got a 6-volt output, so it's strong enough to do competition systems.
That was going to be my next question.
In fact, some of the companies that do big, loud competition systems are running our head.
Really? Okay. Okay. Nice.
And then you can also do, so you can do all your crossover settings for front, rear, and sub, as well as slope, frequency, etc. And then you also have the ability to do time correction. So if you wanted to time this in specific, so the sound is premium in any given location of the car, you can do that. In this particular case, it's not emulating that.
Gotcha. Okay.
But this again has 6 different presets. So you could have, driver always wants to sound perfect in the driver's seat. You can do driver passenger seat. You can have one where it's all 4. So a number of different options here, but this gives you a further way to refine your audio experience in the vehicle.
Beautiful. Any other audio features that this has?
So on this one, we've got the, besides the cameras, etc., we also give you the ability to add a navigation on board if you don't want to run through apps. So we offer an optional navigation for iGo navigation. It's all street maps. A lot of people like to use for off-road, they'll use apps. In that case, they can use these. But it does give you the capability, if somebody wants onboard navigation, we do have that feature, but we don't embed it permanently.
Okay, got it.
This is an XM capable radio. All you need to do is add the XM tuner to it.
Yeah.
You can transfer your subscription.
Okay, so here's the biggest question.
Yep.
Do you have these in stock?
Yes and no.
Okay.
We got demand on this that exceeds what we have in stock. So we are running back orders, but we are producing faster. We've been delivering faster than a lot of our competition has been able to do.
It's been pretty hard to get any head units.
Yep. Indeed.
So, okay. All right,
so currently we're a couple of months out on back orders right now, but we're seeing grand success with this. And bringing out these vehicle-specific kits that we were using here has only increased that popularity.
Right.
But we're making it easier for you as the shop and the installer to be able to put this into the product, into the vehicle, but for the consumer to get a fully encased package and not have to figure out what I missed.
Right, exactly.
Because these come with all the adapters you're going to need. So it's not just the harness, it's the interfaces, brackets, all your antenna adapters, USB connections, etc.
Cool. Awesome.
And even the chimes.
Okay, cool. All right, so if you're interested in this product, check these guys out. We've got a head unit that does a bunch, and you've got how many different vehicles specific?
Currently, we're working about 8 or 10 different vehicle applications on these kits with a lot more to come.
All right, so look out for that. All right, guys, thanks for watching.